Welcome into another edition of the Sandlot Dynasty League podcast. This is season 7 of our Sandlot Dynasty League. This is week 6. So it's a season 7, week 6 pod. I have Stevie with me, John. Tonight we're drinking ski. John's drinking a now Illinois Yingling. Stevie's got the ski. Stevie, you can tell him why you're wearing a Cardinal shirt as well. So
Well, since I lost my matchup with Gumby a couple weeks ago, we had a little friendly wager. And so since I lost, I have to drink ski instead of my beloved Fitz's. And so I figured I'd throw on the Cardinals jersey too, since I'm drinking, the second best team in the respective categories, second best soda local to the Midwest, and Cardinals second best team in the NL Central, only behind the number one Chicago Cubs.
if the Cardinals stay second place all year, I think I'll be okay with that. I would hope mean a wild card playoff series. So anyway, let's just jump right in. First segment, and I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this because I was at the Cardinal game on Sunday, and this was the first time we sat all inclusive at the National Rental Car Club. First time Lauren had ever done an all inclusive. First time I've been to the National Rental Car Club. But SeatGeek, this is not a promo read or anything, but SeatGeek sells all inclusive tickets now, so it's a lot easier to get all inclusive tickets. And Cardinals were playing the Dodgers on a Sunday game, and we knew we were going up there. We were checking tickets, and I found out that you could now buy all inclusive tickets on SeatGeek, and so we were looking, and the National Rental Car Club was $100 a ticket for a Sunday game against the Dodgers, and the Cardinals had won 2 in a row looking for the sweep. I was like, after you get there, pay for food, I was like, that's not a terrible deal. And great seats. So get there, get our food, just sit down. Game's about to start, and phone starts blowing up about this Survivor stuff. And it's mainly
God.
one person, and the one person's not in here. But I'll kind of open the floor, and I'll say I did not get to enjoy the Cardinal game. Yes, they lost and scored 1 run, but I'll let you guys kind of, I guess, talk about your side of the thing. And it all got worked out. I mean, it was kind of a misunderstanding, and like it could have been solved a lot easier, I would say, if we were this concerned on Monday rather than Sunday. But yeah, what do you guys think of the fiasco?
So I don't know shit.
I don't either. Don't worry.
The what was the challenge or whatever? It was home runs,
It was
right?
home runs, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't like early afternoon. We got an NL, we got a National League chat. So I hop in there. I'm like, hey guys, we got the dingers in our back pocket. Don't we need to start discussing who we're going to vote out? I was under the impression that we got to vote, so I didn't know. And of course, as soon as I put that in there, somebody came back with an obvious answer pretty quick. But yeah, then Van Way lost his mind. I don't know. We didn't get to vote. That's fine. He got kicked anyway, so he can't blame us. Can't blame me. Can't blame Stevie. Can't blame
I
the
was trying
NL.
to tell him that he might have a better chance if we were voting. I said we didn't really have a defined target
Could have
yet,
done
as
any
far as
worse.
I
That's for
knew.
sure.
hmm
Yeah.
I mean, I knew we were going to win the home runs when I saw our team at the beginning of the week, but I just had a couple anonymous quotes of another member Survivor sent me during that Sunday. I'm just going to read them. Don't want to say names or anything. Once again, it's
Of
anonymous,
course
but
not.
Gumby is an idiot. Gumby was on his reign of idiocracy, letting the entire league vote, and read your post, chat GBT typed, and then goes on to say, the point of tribes is so you can vote off your weakest player. I forget who got voted off, but if that serves me right, I guess the weakest player got voted off because their tribe was the only one that was able to vote. So,
The tribe has spoken.
yeah.
And I will say this too, like I did not. And again, Fanway will gladly tell you, I don't watch Survivor. I've never watched Survivor. I did not get the idea of Survivor from Survivor. I got the idea of Survivor from Good Good Golf. They're YouTube golfers. So for him to compare this to the TV show is
The
false.
show's been on for 25 years. How have you not seen it?
Yeah, I'm just not with the times.
I've never
I
watched it
hate
either.
Survivor. I used to always like because I always try to call like Dylan like in the evenings and stuff, just like shoot the shit. And like there was like Tuesday nights, whatever night it was, like oh, can't talk tonight. Survivor's on, so I just have a vendetta against the show. I've never watched it either, and so yeah, I don't really understand the concept of tribes. Like I believe Luke and Vanway when they were saying like that's how it works. Like, yeah, it kind of makes sense that like you'd want to vote off the person like within your group and stuff, but also like wasn't something I was like ready to die in a hill for that day. I kind of felt that whoever was going to get voted out was going to get voted out, kind of regardless of if it was just the tribe or if it was the whole league voting. So whatever. But
But yeah, I didn't even get the idea of Survivor from Survivor. Like I didn't get it from the TV show. So for him to say, like you need to watch the show, I don't need to watch the show because I'll just watch some guys on YouTube golf do a better version of the show. So yeah. But what's funny is your anonymous quotes, I kind of have an idea of who they are because this person doesn't like to think for himself. He likes to use Fantasy Pros to think for him. Now, he also
Oh,
likes to use Chat GPT to think for him. So I have an idea of who the anonymous quotes were, um, but yeah.
I
So
don't want to say names, but yeah, those are just some texts I kind of going back through. And when I saw the segment about Survivor, I was just kind of looking back to Sunday because I think I did get a lot of texts that day, believe it or not, and just kind of wanted to scroll back through and rehash kind of some of the things that were said. So
yeah, it all worked out. I mean, I I I envisioned the tribes not of voting off your weakest link. So if you want to hear it from my perspective, I viewed it as there's a chance that six guys or five guys are going to have immunity. So like you guys won. So I viewed it as okay, you guys are all safe. Like let's say you guys were talking all week and or let's say the other team was talking, it's like, hey, who are we gonna vote out? And then you guys won. So it's like, well, that kind of twists or puts a plot twist
mm-hmm.
in. It's kind of how I viewed it as. And so I get, I understand the opposition, but that's kind of how I kind of viewed it as going into it. Um, and I think for the betterment of Survivor, I understand the losing team votes, and that's fine with me. I think it could have been handled a lot differently, because I'm
I
open
guess the
for,
benefit to not like having to vote as like the safe team is that you don't necessarily like you don't vote, so you don't like have anyone that could be like, oh, this guy voted for me, like I'm gonna put a target on his back now. Like we're kind of hands free so far of like we haven't crossed anyone yet. So I
yeah.
guess that could be like one benefit is that like you don't necessarily piss off anyone on the other team because you have like, no, like we're cool. Like I'm not looking to get you out yet. Like we haven't voted yet. So
Mhm.
whereas like now there's, guys on that team that maybe said they were voting for one person, voted for another, and now like maybe there's some trust broken and stuff. But either way, I mean, there's going to be fighting about this, but I also think that's kind of what makes it fun is gets people animated and
Yeah.
involved and kind of paying attention a little bit more. And
It's the
but
it's the beginning of May, end of April when we started this, and it's like getting, I guess, us to care more. And I guess maybe we're not caring more about like our league, but we're talking to each other more. I will say I've heard from Jared more this year than I have in the past couple of years. So I think Jared's like getting more engaged, and like my goal is to get the members engaged more, and that's like
well, that's like yeah,
kind
the
of the
most
point of
important
Survivor.
thing with fantasy leagues. It's not super fun when you just have your matchup every week and you check who wins and loses. Like there's obviously like the factor of like banter and rivalries and stuff that always
Yeah.
makes it more fun than just setting lineups and checking who, scored more points or won more games that week. So
Yeah. I know, like, yeah, it was frustrating, but I'm over it, and I'm hope this week's going okay. So, I mean, obviously, it was off to a bad start, so I guess it's not, but
I mean
yes,
anything there's gonna be arguing and I mean sometimes it's just fun to, poke the bear and poke the commissioner a bit too when there's things like, obviously Nate's thing about like if the guy doesn't pitch, yeah, you should probably get another guy to as like a backup, but it's just kind of fun to,
yeah,
once get the ball rolling to keep, being like, oh, this is bullshit. So
yeah, because he was day to day, but whatever. Um, so kind of going on to the next segment. We're gonna do a fair or foul. I'm gonna give you guys a statement, and you guys say fair if you agree or foul if you disagree. We can kind of uh, discuss. So we'll kind of stay on the Survivor topic. So Marcus is the reigning champ. Fair or foul, Marcus makes it to the final four this year in Survivor.
I'm going to go foul. I think he has too big of a target on his back, but if he ends up with immunities or maybe he's able to sway some of the vote, I don't know, but I'm going to say foul.
I'll go fair. He's pretty cunning. He's pretty shifty, and he's a smooth talker. So, got to build some alliances. He's done it once. He can do it again.
Preston's currently in last place. We knew that this year was going to be a rebuild for Preston. He has good weeks, though. That's probably the frustrating thing. He texted us today and said his team was bipolar. Fair or foul, Preston's rebuild takes longer than a year. So like this year, like he still could be competitive this year. If things worked out, he could be competitive. Um, but I guess fair or foul, he won't. Well, let me put it this way: fair or foul, Preston won't make playoffs until 2028. So he won't make playoffs this year and next year, but he will make the following year.
What a disappointment that boy's turned out to be. Man, oh man, in last place again. 2028. I'll go foul on that because I don't know. I don't think he's going to make it this year, but he could next year. Man, I like his team, and part of the head-to-head thing, as we all know, is that sometimes you pile up a lot of good counting stats and you still get beat.
Mm.
Even though you're. When did I text you? Was that last week when he had? I think he had 9 wins and 9 quality starts.
Yeah.
And he didn't get a lot of Ks out of it, but he still didn't win those categories. I mean, he still took a beating, and I don't think his pitching's that great. I couldn't believe it when I looked at his pitching stats, how good they were, but it just hasn't turned into a lot of category wins for him.
Yeah, it
I
was the
like
week
his
he played
lineup though.
Luke. It was the week
Yeah,
he played Luke. He had 9 quality starts and 7 wins, but
yeah.
a four
I
seven
I
six
would take
ERA.
that every week. Would you not take that? I mean, I would take
Yeah,
that every week.
yeah.
And Luke streamed a lot of guys, which that's part of it. Everybody streams some pitchers, but you, you like to think those things even out. You also win some categories when you didn't do that well, and the other guy just happened to do worse. But he does seem to take a lot of beatings when he has good category totals and just doesn't win the category.
I think something that and another reason why I traded Judge, and I think I've shared this, I'm not sure we play baseball next season
Oh
because of
God,
the
yeah.
lockout. So that kind of concerns me. And if we don't, what does that hurt Preston the most if we don't play baseball next year?
I mean, Judge is another year older. What
Yeah,
is he? 34 now.
34, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's not slowing down this year for
No,
sure, but
no. I keep thinking he's going to, but he doesn't.
he just keeps coming.
Yeah, I'll say foul on Preston just because I think if you have a young team, you get good guys. You kind of have a Peyton Bates type thing, and might look at the team and doesn't look that good now, but it can just take a year and be right back in the mix of things and stuff. So I think he can make the playoffs next year. If there's a season and everything. I don't think he's going to be in a rebuild forever. Just get some guys to mesh, and you can be right back in it, I think.
I mean, yeah, like it's like the Cardinals, like with all these young players, it's like they have something to play for, and if you have them on your fantasy, not the Cardinals, but if you have young players on your fantasy team, and they're like, shoot, like playing for a contract, and it could all work out. So, um, Peyton's sitting a half game back right now of playoffs. Do you fair or foul? Peyton makes playoffs this season.
I'll go foul on that one. I don't think he's a playoff team. Not even really sure how he's doing it now, but he's not bad. Uh, trying to pull up the standings. Where's he sitting right now?
He's tied for
16th.
seventh.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
tied
Yeah,
for
as far
seventh.
as wins, yeah,
he's only a
most
half
of the
game back.
categories, it seems like he's kind of middle of the packs. So he could, if he kind of keeps up this, I mean, he could maybe sneak into a spot. I'll probably go foul too. I think he's probably going to be like first team out or something. Just
Yeah,
I think how it
I
ends up shaking out. But I don't know. I'm in 10th right now, and I keep telling myself that this is the week and stuff. And I, dominate certain categories, but then can't win enough to like actually get the win in the matchups. So just really hoping my pitching picks up in the second half and guys like Rooker and Bregman get going a little bit more later in the season.
You are up 11-1 right now, so this could be your week.
Yeah.
This
Either
could be,
get the Nate dog.
yeah. Which Nate's team's been inconsistent too. It's like some weeks he plays really well, and some weeks it's bad. I mean, I hate to say it, but does his team kind of hinge on the Jordan Walker experience? Like, if Jordan Walker's great this year, his team's going to be okay. If Jordan Walker goes back to second, does his team suck? I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't really like Nate's roster, but he's hanging in there. You can't deny that. It's still early though.
Yeah.
We're bunched up from second place all the way. The Gumby Super Team, of course, all
Yeah,
by
9
itself
games
up
up,
there.
and everyone
Yeah,
else is within
but
two,
but from 2
3.
to 7, really 8, still hanging right there. Going to take a few more weeks to you would think get some separation.
Yeah. It's more fun when it's even like this, though, and whenever there's 5 teams battling for, or maybe even more, hypothetically 6 to 8 teams battling for a playoff spot, makes it a fun season for sure.
Fun season for you to watch from first place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
from his
Okay.
perch, and then kind of look at the peons down below, fight for the
Yeah,
other 5 playoff spots.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the peasants down there fighting for a crumb.
I will say I've been Jose Soriano's kind of cooled off. Kind of concerns me about my pitching. My pitching's been good lately, but he he's concerning. But I will say I saw a stat. He has allowed 9 earned runs in the season, and 8 of them are against the White Sox. So I'm like, maybe if he just doesn't play the White Sox, he'll be okay. But I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah, the White Sox are crazy. So um, another statement going back to the standings. Luke and Stevie, you both are up 11-1 this week, but you're both in 10th and 11th right now.
Mhm. Yeah.
You have to take both, so fair, foul, both make the playoffs.
And I don't know. I'll go fair because there's Luke has been I don't know about Stevie's roster for sure. Luke has been absolutely just devastated by injuries, and that's a big part of why he's where he's at. I think he just got Cheerio back maybe this week or late last week,
Yeah,
so then
his
that'll help. But I mean, it was bad. He was absolutely crushed by injuries. And Stevie, if he's up 11-1 now, that's all it takes to get you could jump from 10th to 4th or better even, with one big week like that.
Yeah, my bats have been good. I did draft some pitchers that were on the IL, and a lot of them have kind of had slower, or their timetable to come back got extended. There's 4 guys still on the IL that'll hopefully come back and be contributors, which should hopefully help me get more in the middle of the pack as far as pitching categories. But I don't know. We'll see. Kind of batters have not really had too many issues with injuries, but the pitching, which is what I focus on the draft, hasn't really panned out so far. And Cole Reagans has been up and down, and Lizardo's not had a great start, but he's looking better these last couple games he's pitched and stuff. And I've actually found kind of a groove with some of my relievers that I really didn't spend any draft capital on. So see. O'Reilly O'Brien's been a big part of my team so far.
pleasant
He'll be a
surprise.
Cub. He'll be a Cub after the
Yeah,
trade deadline, probably.
I hope the Cardinals are still like my biggest fear is that, which I don't think this is going to happen, but I'd like to think that the Cardinals are still going to focus on the rebuild and not like go out and just start buying at the deadline and for no reason.
They
Try to
are.
be a wild cards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They got no chance.
no. Pitching will not allow them. Okay, let's
No.
see. Last one. Fair or foul. We'll go last one. Um, Jared's in second. Jared finishes top three in the regular season standings.
I can go fair on that. That's who I'm matched up with right now. We're pretty tight, 6-6 right now. His pitching is really good. His lineup's not bad. He's had a couple injuries too. He's picked up a couple hitters this week because of injuries. My Wi-Fi is moving slow, man. I'm trying to pull up everybody's roster. It's not coming up, but uh, as long as Jared's been in the league, he's always been a pitching heavy kind of
Mhm.
guy. He's always had good pitching, and that's about what our matchup is now. He's winning the pitching categories. I'm winning the hitting categories, but he could definitely be a top three team.
I like his offense is solid. There's no like flaws or holes in his offense, I don't think. With a couple pleasant surprises, like Liam Hicks has been good. Um, his probably biggest disappointment is probably PCA still has the counting stats, so um, I guess not. But then like Mickey Moniak, whenever he hits home runs, they come in bunches. So he's thinking hits if he hits one, he hits two. It seems like
He's
uh,
crazy at home. You've seen the splits on him at Coors Field, and
versus the
he's
what?
an animal at Coors Field, which and not so much on the road, which but like crazy at home. And he's a waiver wire guy. I don't know if he kept him. Did he draft him? He drafted him this year, didn't he? Seems like
Yeah.
I had him a little bit late last year. I mean, he was pretty good last year, but
Van Way drafted him and then dropped him, and then Jared picked him up.
well, there you go. Why would you drop? Why would what was Van Way doing?
Let's see if
Van
you.
Way likes to turn that roster over, man. He likes to churn that roster.
It's got to bite him in the butt eventually, right?
Yeah, like now we had him by the balls. If Logan hadn't let him off the hook and give him those draft picks,
That's true, Logan.
Yeah, I'll say fair on Jared
I'm
as
not going to let
well.
you forget that.
Go ahead, Steve.
I like Jared's team. He's got a healthy amount of Cubs, and yeah, I feel like he's always been. I mean, at least a couple years I've been in the league, I feel like he has strong pitching and stuff, and so yeah, I mean, he's off to a pretty hot start, and I don't see right now, unless there's an injury or something, I could see him probably being a top team in the league. So
Yeah, he got fourth last year. So see if he can rebuild or not rebuild, but see if he can reload this year and make it a back-to-back playoff run and maybe get top three this year. Last segment we'll go to. We are going to so a lot of us got new names this year. We talked about kind of rebranding and making a team name that we can have in discussion. And so some of us got some new names this year. So we're gonna rank. So you can do tiers, kind of rank them off tiers, or you can just do straight power rankings. We're gonna rank our favorite team names. You can go from last to worst, or however you want to do them. And we can all share. I've got one. I've got a list too. So kind of
how
talk.
many did you guys do tiers? Because I have 5 tiers, so I don't know if
I
you want
did.
to
I
go.
just went straight power rankings.
5 tiers.
Okay.
There's only 12 teams in the league.
Yeah, but I have my reasons for my tiers.
All right.
You can go first, Steve.
All right, so I'm starting at tier one. I have minority owner and drinking and line driving out. Both those make me chuckle every time I read them. Also, I was told from the league office, I got sent a memo that we had to vote minority owner. It's a DEI initiative that we're doing in the league. So that's why he's tier one. Tier two, have myself. Like to think that my name's pretty original. You won't find that one online. It's a little combination of two of my outfielders, jacked off by a rooker. Tier three, I have John, Jared, Luke, and Preston. I think they're all, either kind of have a regional tie to their names or maybe just, something about either a player on their roster or in Preston's case,
Bancroft.
His just being a young team. Tier four, I have Gumby, Vanway, Logan, and Peyton. Gumby's tier 4 because I'm saying that his name is unoriginal. He just went with the Valier route, which he does with most things. But then I also put Vanway there because he, I think, little brother and copied Gumby's name by also using kind of the area that he grew up in, being Peach Orchard, the Stags. I think that's the road Vanway grew up on, but I think it's a little funny that the acronym for Peach Orchard Stags is POS. So I think, might have something to say about his roster that he didn't realize. Logan's name I found racist. I don't see that he has any Jose's on the roster, so I'm not really sure where that came from. And then Roman Empire, I get it, PB, but they're kind of bad guys. A lot of blood lost during that time period in history. And then tier 5, my worst team name is Return of the Skywalkers. Not a Star Wars guy, not a Cardinals guy. May the 4th was the other day. I don't understand why that's a holiday. Kind of anti-nerd, anti-Cardinal. So sorry, Nate Dogg. I think the name does have some originality, but it's just not for me.
I liked it with the explanations. I can't
I had no idea what the Return of the Skywalkers even meant. Now I get it, Jordan Walker. And it's still no. I'm with Stevie. I don't know if it's last, but it's not. Not real down with it.
John, you can go ahead and mention yours.
I'm just gonna. I tell you what. I didn't have nearly as many tiers as Stevie, or as good explanations. But I like Mile High Militia. I don't even know if did you mention Jarrett or not. I like the Mile High Militia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a tier 3. It's a regional. I gave
he's Mr. regional. Denver. Yeah, you did say that. He's in there. 4 balls. How could you walk that? That was elite. And he stuck with that for 6 years.
I think that'd have been a tier
just
1.
To let you guys know, I briefly considered when he switched up. I'm like, I'm gonna change my name to 4 balls just to fuck with everybody when they pull up the standings or the matchups and like, who the hell am I playing? I thought, but I didn't do it. But yeah, definitely like Mile High Militia. The Valier, you ought to be the Valier Bluebirds, just the Valier baseball team.
Yeah, that's my logo.
Yeah.
My logo is
no, you got that. Well, that doesn't even look like a bluebird. That looks like a hawk or something.
It's blue and a bird, so I don't know.
You might as well just be the LA Dodgers. I mean, if you don't have a player that's one of the best in the league, you just go and get them. So, I mean, that's why I actually had you in tier 4 now that it's coming back to me was that, let's just be honest. You're not this like little small feeder town in Valier that ends up going to Cesar High School. You're the LA Dodgers, buddy. So
so Lauren's little brothers played in a 13U baseball tournament in O'Fallon, and they were the O'Fallon Athletics. And I'm like, I should be the Valier Athletics. So I kind of had like a change.
A lot of athletic people that come out of Valier, Gunner, you.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe I should change my name. But I'm like, I every league I'm in, football or baseball, I'm very boring, but it's just the same. So
maybe Gumby should maybe he should be the Roman Empire. They did dominate the known world, for about 1,000 years there. Maybe you should move in on that.
Change names.
You should be the Roman Empire.
What about
dominated the known world?
I could be the Valier Empire.
There you go, the Valier Empire, something like that. Minority owner. I don't even know what the hell is going on with that, but it's not. It's not bad. Maybe Marcus was our first champion. Maybe that was a DEI championship or something. It was short season. Mickey Mouse. I don't know.
Mickey Mouse, yeah.
And Vanway did before the season, talk about making names where they're starting a brand. So Peach Orchard Stags, I guess. But I like Southern Illinois Miners too. Preston's pretty good. Stevie's is probably top tier too. Anything with some sexual innuendo in there, jacked off by a rooker, top tier. I like my name too. I got the Man Crush. Anytime you can incorporate a Man Crush in there, that's good. Kenta made America great again. That's the best name I ever had, but I don't know where the hell he's even at now. I guess he's back in Asia or something. I guess I can stick with the name.
Yeah.
I was Honey Nut Ichiro's one year in another league. I do like putting a play on a player's name.
Mhm.
Votomatic. I had a team called Votomatic one time, but he's gone too. So those are all good. Pimps and Jose's, that's about like minority owner. I don't know what the hell that is. What is, I don't know what that is. He's at it for a long time.
I don't know. He had
Does anybody
Jose.
know?
He had Jose Ramirez and another
What the
Jose.
hell's the Pimps?
That's what I don't know. That's what I'm
Yeah,
not
we
sure.
don't know.
Maybe just like the home run thing. Like he
Pimps. Yeah.
Pimping home runs. Jose
yeah,
pimping home runs. But
time for a
yeah,
name
we
change.
got some pretty creative names there. Once we finally got Luke to come up with a name there, he went about a year when he took over for Hood. Where I don't remember what the hell he was. He didn't have a name. It was
He
Luke.
was just Team Thompson.
Yeah, Team Thompson or some shit. So once we got away from that, then we got pretty good participation, a little bit of creativity in there. Scooble's on the IL. Maybe I need to come up with something else. Last year I had the Deep Vibe by Castellanos. That was a favorite, but it's hard to vibe when you got splinters in your ass. He's just not playing much. So maybe I'll work on mine. And I like Preston's too. He is a
Yeah.
young team. He's embracing it. Not winning much, but yeah, we're doing good as a league.
Yeah, I think so too. And like my list, I don't really have a rhyme or reason for it. Um, I put I put 11th place. So I did rank mine. I probably won't read the rankings because I'm like I don't really know. Like I didn't really have a rhyme or reason. I just kind of put them there. But
You
I
put
had
Vanway last
I
just so you can beef with him, didn't you?
yeah I put the Peach Orchard Stags last. I do think Stevie was
I
onto
saw that coming.
something. I do think Stevie was onto something and trying to steal the idea behind my name. And
It
I
was a little brother move.
yeah
I hate to say it too because I tried to. I was would like to maybe be a Van Way guy, but he's making it hard for me too lately.
yeah. And then I don't know you guys both liked the drinking and line driving out. Just don't
Yeah,
want to promote drinking and driving, so that
It's just
was
funny though.
it's
it's
creative.
pretty good.
It's
It's
creative.
funny.
It's creative. My top three though are I like Mile High Militia, and I think the logo kind of fits too. It kind of looks like a pretzel, like if you just glance at it, it kind of looks like a pretzel, but I think it's a rocket ship or it's a trident. It's a trident. So it looks kind of cool with the name, and honestly was surprised whenever Jared did change his name from Four Balls. I do I respect the minority owner name from Marcus. It's a lot better
Have
than
to.
yeah, I respect it.
It's mandated by the government.
Yeah, corporate. Uh, it's a lot better than his name last year that was something about being Luke's pawn
Pawn, yeah.
or
No
something.
longer Luke's pawn.
That
That
was a
didn't
little
Yeah,
brother
that
move
was
too.
clever when he changed that up though, from the pawn to no longer Luke's pawn when they
Yeah,
so that was good. But you're not going to stay with that one forever. It's a
no.
new season.
Uh, and then third, I had No Country for Old Ball Players. Sounds like an old baseball movie.
Yeah.
Um, all right, question about the names, and we'll kind of wrap up. We got 4 minutes left, but how appropriate or not? How long should you keep a name? When's it appropriate to change? Like, kind of give us your thoughts on that, on name changes.
I don't mind it when something, when something just like when I grabbed the Deep Vibe by Castellanos last year. My team was really on the move, and I don't even remember when it came to me, but but I was gaining traction, fighting for that playoff spot. Castellanos was hitting really well, so something like that happens. You can jump right in with a name change. I don't mind, but I don't think Van Noy's idea of the brand, which is how he put it, that's not a bad idea either. But I'm not that creative. I don't know. I'd have to come up with something. I did think of something because the Bucku Creek's right over here from where I live. I thought maybe I could be the Bucku Creek something or other. But now that'll be another little brother move for a regional name. I don't know, but I might come up with something.
Yeah, I think if you got a good name, you got to stick with it. But I also get like if you're, trying to switch things up, or maybe you're uh losing games and you need a name change to send a message in the clubhouse. I think every year you should reevaluate your name, unless you have just like a classic. I'd say maybe switch it up every year. Definitely don't have it named after a player if that guy's not on your team anymore. And you know, but fantasy football sometimes I'm changing my name every week, just try to set the tone for that week's matchup and stuff. But I kind of like a name that lasts a season if you can make it work. So
I think it's easy, like, because I think we're so active in the league that like whenever we go to look for somebody's team, like it's easier now that we all kind of have established names to where it's like,
it's
okay,
helping me.
I want to go
Yeah. I
see,
the first couple of years I didn't like know anyone's name. I'm like, who's what? And like I'm trying to like read and like look at like moves and stuff. And yeah,
Mhm.
it was tough, which I do like that I kind of know who's who now. That's been a big help when you're getting notifications and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that kind of wraps it up. Season 7, week 6 podcast. Let us know if you guys made it this far in the podcast. I'm curious. So we talked about before. I think Zoom gives us 40 minutes. We have a minute and 30 left. So we'll see if it's a 39, 38-minute podcast or if it's 28 or 29. So we'll kind of see how Zoom does this here. But let us know if you guys listened. If you have any comments, complaints, please let me know. I'm sure I'll hear some of that. So best of luck to you guys for the rest of the week. Thanks for listening. We'll see you later.
Peace.